Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. Solo Dolo. I let him have a week off, man. He out here in the streets getting money. So I told him he could just relax. I'm gonna hold the fort down. We almost to draft evaluation season. I just today was the first day I cracked open my player evaluation kit to start looking at draft prospects. Didn't get far into that whole process, but don't worry, we're gonna have the breakdowns for you. Just relax. Um, no, we almost in golf season. Uh, almost in golf season. I got the clubs. I dusted the clubs off. Had to hit the range, see what it's looking like, get the swing ready. For those of you who don't play, you gotta play golf. No, you gotta get with it, bro. It's one of the greatest games ever. So it like if the bug, you can catch the bug, it was a rap city in the basement. You're not gonna want to do anything else but golf, though. This is coming from an ex hooper who hoop like we was hooping every day. I dunked on Bama's court alley oops. Nothing like hitting a drive straight down the middle, 280 yards down the fairway. Is nothing that compares, bro. It's nothing that compares. I done mossed the Bama in football. I done like juked the Bama on the football field, crossed the Bama up on the court, made him fall, J the Bama up, dunked on the Bama. Like, I done it all when it come to hooping in sports, pretty much. I hit a home run before. It's nothing that compares to being on the tee box and hitting the ball 260, 280 straight down the fairway. It's nothing that comes close, bro. Um, yeah, it's the hardest game you'll ever play. The drink just it reveals who you are as a person. Like if you really want to know who somebody is, if they honest and got integrity, play golf with them. You'll find out everything you need to know. Everything you need to know about who your real friends are and all of that, bro. All my golfers know what I'm talking about is fact. All my golfers know what I'm talking about is fact. Before I get into talking about sports or whatever, I saw something this morning. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna talk about this on a podcast. So I know people been, the 20 verse one where they got the like, the dude to come out the back and then the women got the balloons and they'll be popping the balloons and stuff. And it's basically like a dating game show where people, ask questions and then they figure out like if they want to like hold their balloon or if they want to pop it. And the person who's, I guess like if it's one guy, then he can kind of decide which one he want to pop, like based upon their answers or whatever. So I'm watching the joint, you know, they all over social media. You can see these joints everywhere. They on Instagram, YouTube, like the 20 verse one joint is women, is men. They got one in other countries and all, Haitian joint. They got it's a whole bunch of them. But the one I was watching, it was this dude, he was on there. It was, women out there, and he was asking a question. He got down to like three women, and one of the women, they were just like, they were like, the lady asked the host, whoever the host, she was like, do y'all have any questions for him? So one of the ladies said, like, can you explain what love, what being in love is like to somebody who hasn't been in love, right? So the dude's like, that's a tough little question there. I don't really know how to answer that because I don't even know if I truly been in love before. So I don't really know how to like approach that question. But yeah, I don't really have an answer. And he was like, I mean, what are your thoughts? Whatever. So this youngin proceeds to say, like, I like love. I would explain it like being effortless and it doesn't take much and you just, it's just easy and you just willing to do whatever for that person. Whatever. I'm sitting there looking like it's like and I could just tell like everybody was like, Like, yeah, like these people don't know about what love is. I'm trying because there's nothing effortless about it. It's nothing easy about love. Like, granted, there's stages of like when you and I would argue like when people feel that like euphoric feeling about somebody, like that euphoric feeling is not necessarily love. Like it's infatuation. It's you might like the person a lot, and you like things about them, you know what I'm saying? And but that's not love though. Love is sacrifice. Love is, putting yourself aside for the betterment of the other person. It's not seeking like like I love my daughter. When she was a baby, she was throwing up on me, pooping on me, all types of stuff. And like the poop still stink. Like you throw up still stink. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm deciding that I'm going to care for her because she belongs to me, because she's my daughter. And I'm going to do everything that I can. And as you make those sacrifices and you care and you do all these different things, like that is the production of love. Like it's made up of those things. How your actions towards somebody through the uncomfortable situations and uncomfortable things that don't feel good, how you manage that is a sign of your love for somebody. And it's not always effortless and it don't always feel good. So like when you attach feeling good and effortlessness to love, then you're headed for the wrong direction. I'm just trying to tell you, for all those out there dating, Tom, and I know it's some contrary. Well, you want to be with somebody who's abusive and blah blah blah. You're talking about it don't feel good, but I'm not. No. You can't go from one extreme to the other. I'm just saying from a concept of like what true real love is not predicated on just how you feel in the situation, right? Or based upon like what the person just does for you all the time. So yeah, this distorted concept is just detrimental because what happens is when people are in relationships, things aren't going like effortlessly, or that stage is past. They just constitute like there's no love here, and it's not. It's like no, that's not necessarily what that means. So yeah, you just got to be careful. Now, do you need to be arguing all the time? No, that's not a sign of a healthy relationship. But if you think that it's just gonna be always hunky dory and easy going and effortless, like in a relation, no, no. Signs that people are healthy and unhealthy can come out, when you dating and talking to people. But yeah, you just gotta be careful with the mislabeling of what true love is, because it's not that. It's a decision. You know what I'm saying? That you gonna rock with somebody and you're gonna be honest and open and talk, through situations and be able to like find common ground and find alignment through, situations. So um yeah, I just thought about that today and I was like, man, I like this youngin is she's headed for destruction if she think that's what love is. Like, and then dude asked her, he was like, have you been in love before? She's like, yeah. She's like, yes, like 2 years ago, I was in love, blah, blah, blah. And then like, okay, so yeah, that's dead. All right, on to some sports. They had Adam Peters talking about the team, what the Washington Commanders is going to do, where their needs are. Uh, yeah, I mean they got the 29th pick. I saw a mock draft. They had a running back going to Washington. I think the dude from UNC. Let me Amarion Hampton. I think they had him in the mock draft going to the Commanders. I looked up his situation a little bit. I kind of glanced at it. He looked okay, little power back. um, type of runner. Um, yeah. Again, the Washington Commanders. I know they got sign a lot of guys back, um, and figure out this roster. But I like where we at though. I like where we at. We got first of all, we got our quarterback. So just go ahead and log that in. Just go ahead and log that in. Um, yeah, right now we got the roster looking real thin. Jonathan Allen, I guess he requested for a trade. Get him out of here. He didn't. He not doing nothing anyway. That Bama can't bust a grade. So all Deron Payne, Allen, all of them front line getting paid all that money and can't get no pressure. Get them out of here. I'm not. We not looking back. Right now they need to. De'Ami Brown unrestricted free agent. Alameda Zacchaeus, he an unrestricted free agent. Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner, Jeremy Chin, Noah and Gingane, some dudes on special teams. But yeah, those are the main people. Dante Fowler, Bobby Wagner, Jeremy Chin. They got Cleveland Farrell, Mikael Walker. Yeah, we got a lot of guys to fill. So they need a middle linebacker. I think they'll try to bring Bobby Wagner back another season. Team really rock with him heavy. He got good rapport with the team, management. Everybody rock with him. So I think they'll get a deal done for Bobby Wagner, even though I think he's on his way out. When I mean out, I'm not talking about like contract wise. I think they're gonna try to re him up, but I'm just talking about like from playing standpoint. You got to get fast at the linebacker position. Now, I'm cool with him coming back and mentoring a guy behind him, and you might get away with him playing um, another year at the position. But I don't know. Bobby Wagner getting up there in age. I don't know if they're gonna be able to sustain him at that spot. So um yeah, I don't know. He's 34 years old, bro. 34 years old at linebacker. Yeah, you got to get younger linebackers. So I hopefully, in a free agency or draft, they get somebody. They losing two wide receivers. I mean, it looks like the Bengals franchise tag T Higgins. They're gonna try to sign Jamar Chase. But yeah, if you're the Commanders, you gotta get better at wide receiver. You're losing a lot. You're losing Noah Brown, Jamison Crowder, Cornelius Lucas, Alameda Zacchaeus, and Diamond Brown. Like that's five receivers. I'm sorry, Cornelius Lucas. That's left tackle. But you losing. Oh, and KJ Osborne. So one, two, three, four, five receivers. Five receivers is out of here. So you're gonna have to replace. I think you can find some value guys to replace them. Let's see what we got on this. Let's see who we got. Uh, Spot track. See who we got out there. It's available. All right. So unrestricted. Stephon Diggs. Look like T. Higgins gonna get the franchise tag. Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Williams, Robert Woods, Marquise Brown, Darius Slayton, KJ Osborne is gonna be out. Demarcus Robinson, Nelson Aguilar, DJ Chark, Mac Hollins, Tyler Boyd, Zach Pascal, Elijah Moore. This joint look real mediocre, bro. Real mediocre. So you probably be able to get a guy through the draft. Um, You can draft you some receivers this year. I would have had that in my bag to try to draft some receivers. Uh, I mean, out of the guys that are out here that are available, I mean, Chris Godwin probably the best of the bunch. To me, he's like a 1A to Terry. Like him and Terry kind of like the same kind of player. Um, but you'll probably have to pay a premium. I know he's coming off injury, but yeah. But as far as age is concerned, he about to be 29. Um, yeah. Amari Cooper's 30, Kenny Allen's 32. I mean, I would love to get T. Higgins. Um, Stephon Diggs, I think has some left in the tank. I know he's coming off injury. Mike Williams is an interesting one because I think from a value standpoint, you'll be able to get him and it not cost you an arm and a leg and present something that you don't currently have on his roster, a bigger target who can make plays on 50-50 uh, opportunities. So I like Marquise Brown too. I know he's coming off injury, but I think Marquise Brown could be another guy that you could get um a nice cost. Who can play? Who can play? Um yeah, it's a tough. I'm looking at these names: Sterling Shepard, Smith Schuster, Tyler Johnson, Dante Pettis, Tim Patrick. Maybe you get I mean 31, Jalen Rager. Uh this looks real. This You got some restricted free agents out here. Yeah, I don't like none of these names, bro. None of these names out here. I mean, honestly, you try like if I'm the Commanders, I'm gonna try to get De'Ami Brown back. I might try to sign him, for a reasonable amount. Um, Nick Westbrook Akine might be a guy that you might go after. Um, I know he's played with Tennessee, but he's just played with like terrible quarterbacks. But he's shown some promise though. Like he's shown he can play a little bit. That might be a guy I might throw some dollars at. He got the right age in the league, 5 years, 27. I think he gives you another target. Um, yeah, all these old fogies though. I'm not Robert Woods. Get him out of here. Brandon Cooks, no. Amari Cooper, no. And that could just be like him being in the system. Like I wouldn't do Amari Cooper. Darius Slayton, no. I know he's 28, but still, I'm not a fan. DJ Chark, I feel like he has some skills and talent. I might take a flyer on him. He's had trouble getting on the field. He played with the Chargers, but he wasn't really utilized that much. And I don't know why. If it was the offense was too complicated. I don't really know, but I probably wouldn't invest in too much of that. And then all that Tyler Boyd. mm, I don't know. Yeah, nobody else. Brandon Powell, he might be a good special teams guy you bring on, maybe take a Lamade Sakir's spot potentially. Uh, it's not a lot of it's not a lot out there. Not a lot out there. I might try to get one of those guys that I mentioned. Maybe try to go after. You can't get him if the price is right. Then make it. I'm trying to get De'Ami Brown back because I think you could get him for a reasonable price. Um, yeah, I mean, the rest of the field just does not look good. Not look good. Yeah, I don't. Zay Jones, Zach Pot. Nah, I don't. I'll pass. I'll pass on all of them. I'll pass on all of them. Um, yeah. So I mean, depending on what you're looking for and what you need, maybe you bring a lot of these kids back. But I feel like you can upgrade over him. You can upgrade over him. So they got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. O lineman, you can always beef up the O line. Zach Ertz, do you bring Zach Ertz back? I mean, I feel like you almost have to. Yeah, you kind of have to at this point because of just how productive he was for you. Um, I'm trying to see here. We got any? Yeah, I don't like any of these options. Yeah, I think you got to bring Zach Ertz back. You probably want like 12 mil or something like that. I mean, you got the bread. Go ahead, give it to him. Mike Gesicki's another one that I feel like he's a big target, and if Zach Ertz's number ain't right, you go ahead and get Mike Gesicki and try to bring him in, who I think was underutilized with the Bengals, and really, I think he's a cooker, dog. Honestly, like I think if you can use him, he can play. So, that's a guy who if I'm trying to pivot and I'm like, we can't get Zach Ertz, or we can't get that money right, then I might go get Mike Gesicki and bring him in. He's 29. Yeah, I think you can figure the money out and make it work. Um, what are there any running backs out here that I think we could bring in? Um, Najee Harris, Raheem Mostert, AJ Dillon, Nick Chubb, Alexander Madison, J.K. Dobbins, Chase Edmonds. Yeah, I don't like. Maybe you probably could bring in. I think. Yeah, you probably do. Oh no, man. Oh no. Yeah, it ain't nothing that really appeals from what I'm looking at on this list of unrestricted free agent running backs. Foreman, Jeremy McNichols, Josh Kelly, Travion Williams, Cam Akers, Kareem Hunt, Rick Dotto, D. Ernest Johnson, Todd Johnson, Chase Edmonds, Samaji Piran, Dari Agawale, Amir Abdullah, Naeem Hines, Travis Homer, Javante Williams, Nick Chubb, AJ Dillon, Jeff Wilson, Najee Harris, Aaron Jones. Like, yeah, nah, I don't like any of those. I'm just going to draft me a running back. Let me just go that route. I'm gonna just draft the running back and keep it moving. You still got Brian Robinson under contract, Austin Eckler under contract. Still got Chris Rodriguez. Yeah, I think you're okay there. I draft the running back. So let's see if we got inside linebacker Levante David. Okay, now we talking. Bobby Wagner, Devondre Campbell, Terrell Dodson, Willie Gay Jr., Eric Kendricks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they'll probably try to go after Eric Kendricks just because he got the Dallas connection with our head coach. Denzel Perryman, he just couldn't stay healthy. Devin Bush, I like. There's some linebackers out here. There's some linebackers out here, and what they did with the linebackers for this year, like I like Devin White, probably bring in here. They shown the capacity to bring in like some retread guys and make it work. So I'm not opposed to it. You find some retread guys and can flip them around and have them out here cooking. I like it. Let's see here if we got. Uh, Josh Sweat. Oh yeah, we need to pay some money. If we going to whatever money we got for John Allen, get him out of here. We can, there's some players out here. Brandon Graham, they're not gonna let him go. Josh Sweat, they're not gonna let him go. They can't. But I mean, can they sign everybody? Emmanuel Ugba from the Dolphins, he tough. He tough for sure. Calais Campbell too old. Marcus Davenport. Uh, yeah, I think we gotta try to get Dante Fowler back. I mean, he showed he can play, so definitely try to get him back. We always need help in secondary, so let's Travarius Ward. I don't think we can afford. Well, we can afford anybody we want, but I'm just saying, like you trying to DJ Reed. I like him too. Byron Murphy, Jeff Okuda, Razul Douglas, Stephon too old, Hilton low on the old side, CJ Henderson. I don't know. Shaquille Griffin. I like Shaquille. Eric Stokes. Yeah, it's some corners out here. They gotta be looking at corners hot and heavy. You can't be playing around this year with the cornerback position. That joint killed us. If we can stop somebody halfway, that's all we need to get one or two stops. So try to bring Jeremy Chin back for the strong safety. Quan Martin's okay. He's serviceable. But at the cornerback position, you gotta upgrade. You got Marshawn Lattimore. I think you need like at least another guy to pair with him, and then you probably gotta draft another guy to go with both of those, or just go on a free agent and just beef up our secondary. Because right now that joint was a 450 bait oven. All day they was getting cooked 450 bait. So I mean, those are the major needs or concerns that I had. Wide receiver, running back, corner, and then you can always get some pass rush help, middle linebacker. But yeah, you need pass rush help. So you can trade Jonathan Allen and get some picks for him. A second and a third will be lovely. Um, you know, but if you can get a cornerback or something like that, I trust Adam Peters. I mean, in the first offseason, they had so many holes. And the fact that the things that I believe to be holes were like they kind of cleaned them up is remarkable. So power to them for doing what they got to do to make sure it's right. Coming in this offseason, the hardest things are off the table. Finding a quarterback, that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest draft you'll ever have. After that, everything is just so much easier because you're not trying to look for a franchise quarterback. But at this point, like you got the franchise quarterback situated. Now we just need to, get some of the guys that we have that understand how we work and what we do, and then grab some new pieces into the fold that's going to upgrade the roster because a lot of the guys that they had last year, they just was not good. We're just gonna keep it 100. They just weren't that good. They got all the juice they could squeeze out of them players, but we essentially had a easy bake oven. St. Juice was the worst cornerback we've ever had in the history of being a Commanders fan, and you had him out there most weeks having a guard receiver. So you get him off the roster, it's already an upgrade. You could put me out there and you upgrade it over St. Jude. So it can only go up from here. But I would hope that the secondary improves. They get some more pass rushes. They get some of these core guys back. Hopefully they willing to work good deals and they just not spending the money loosely for these guys. Because I mean, honestly, as much as I love you know what I'm saying, Bobby Wagner, I just think that he's at the end of the road. This might be the farewell tour for Bobby Wagner, honestly. And if you want to sign him back and you just thinking like, yeah, we're just gonna sign you to a 2-year deal, we're gonna give you, you know, 6, 7 million this year, and then 6, 7 or 8 the next year if you make it to the next. You do something like that. If you could get another 1-year deal and he just be like, hey, look, give me 7 mil, 7, 8 mil. I think that's a reasonable number for Bobby Wagner at his position. I think that's a reasonable number. Because outside of that, I think you just, I mean, yeah. Yeah, Bobby Wagner. Right now he's at 6.5 million. Yeah, I think you could give him 7 and just call it a day. Like we was gonna give you 7 as an upgrade from last year, or you give him 6 with incentives to get to 8. If you play all 16 games, or you play the whole season, you could get 8. You get over 100 plus tackles. You know what I'm saying? You could do that little incentive drink to just keep them hungry. But yeah, I don't think you can really exceed. I mean, even though he outplayed his number, I think you can go up to 7, maybe give him incentives to get to 8, something like that. I think that's reasonable. He was I say a top 15 linebacker this year, and top 10 in tackles. So, um, yeah, that's something you could do for him. But you need to pair speed with Frankie Louvo. He needs speed next to him. Um, yeah, so that's the Commanders breakdown. Is right as of right now. Again, we about to jump into the evaluations. We're gonna evaluate the players and the quarterbacks. I already know I'm start putting the quarterback videos up as soon as I start looking at the tape. I think drafts in April, so we almost here. We almost here. Uh, On to some basketball before we get out of here tonight. The Lakers, man. Everybody talking about the Lakers. Lakers is cool. Lakers is cool. Shout out my man Van and all the Lakers fanatics out here who rock with the Lakers. My man Ralph, everybody who rock with the Lakers heavy. Luca is an addition, good addition to the team. I think he definitely helps y'all. I know people starting to turn a leaf on JJ Redick, saying he a great coach and all like that. Listen, people, when you got superstars on your squad, it make anybody look like a good coach, man. What's gonna really be the tall tale sign is when they're in a crunch time game and he had to draw up a play. And what are they gonna do if Luka just come down and just go 1-on-1 and jack up a 3? And then what I'm saying, that's not. We're gonna see when the coachings come down to like running a play and executing. We know LeBron is LeBron. We know Luka is Luka. I think this definitely puts them in a conversation for the Western Conference Finals. Easily could make it there. I just don't. I'm always a skeptic when it comes to the Lakers because I'm just like, bro, like can they win the like I treat the Lakers like I do the Cowboys. Like every year it's like, oh, you're gonna win it all. And then I'm like, yeah, not really. So but I do think a they do have enough on their roster to get them to the promised land. They do have enough. Will they be able to put it all together? That's yet to be seen. Tonight's a big game versus the Dallas Mavericks. Now, if I mean, not that losing the Mavericks just destroy their chances, but it's telling. Like, you know what I'm saying? This the team that let Luka go. Can he really step up? And can Luka really like be in shape and play these games and go, play 36 minutes and be effective like he was the other night. I mean, when they played Denver, they had a great game plan for Joker and that team, and they really, the game plan was put a body on him and don't let him run through the lane free. That's like the old school type coaching train. Like where every time if he come through here, he getting hit, he getting bumped, he getting like, so I rock with it. I rock with it. And it seems like the team has kind of gotten up their confidence level. Some of the other guys like Hachimura and some of these guys, they playing with confidence now. So I mean, it's good. They need that confidence to propel them and give them momentum going into, to the playoffs. And I think the Lakers is a dangerous team. You know what I'm saying? They're a dangerous team, especially when they had a momentum at their back. Uh, as far as the Wizards go, they sorry, bro. I'm just forgive me for being like so just like Kalabali. I like Bilal Kalabali, but I just the other night he was cooking with gas. He was cooking. I just need to see more of it. It has to be consistent. I need him to work on that jumper. I need him to just be had a killer mentality and just go hard. And I know that these guys got to develop, but I'm not sure that Keefe I don't even know if he can develop these players. Like I just the team is just to me it's just I'm just not I'm not happy about the way the team is put together. And you know, forgive me for just not seeing it, but it's just a hodgepodge of players. Every third quarter they ever play in, somehow the team takes the lead that they're playing against, and it is just the same issues. I like Marcus Smart and what I saw of him the other night. He's a gritty player. Maybe he can change some of the culture here with the roster and how they go about their business and kind of put a little bit of competitive drive in these players and kind of teach them how to be pros. Hopefully, um, you know, Middleton, he just looked old, but I mean, maybe he can help these young guys out. But I just I can't watch it, bro. It's unwatchable. It's unwatchable. So we'll see what they do. I mean, if they get Cooper flagged, then maybe that changes things, brings a little excitement to the team. But I just the way that the roster is just constructed right now, like they like 10 years away, bro. Like Poole, he just a streaky scorer, night in and night out. He just if he was if he was scoring 26 every night and averaging 20, like I'd be like, okay, all right, we good there. But this dude, he 21 night, 14 the next night, 12, 32, 48. Like, come on, bro. Like, it just the consistency is not there. So I I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, we in a rebuild, but we've been in a rebuild for the last 3 years. Like, something's got to give. So we're gonna see what happens with the team and the roster, and we're just gonna watch it from there. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. It's your boy Laws. Subscribe to the channel. Share the content. I'm out.